Okay, so what we're looking at is covering your trademark rights for your FBA business. So we're going to talk first about trademarks, what they are, why you need them, and then we're going to talk about how that ties in with Amazon. So what is a trademark? A trademark provides a unique source for product or service. So the point is to have unique recognition of your source. So if you're not protecting your trademark, then somebody else can use your brand name and trade off your hard-earned goodwill. And this is happening a lot in Amazon. So what we're seeing is once there's some success with a particular brand, then some copycats come in, use something very close, and get some mistaken clicks and so on that should have been for that brand. So it's becoming more and more important to protect your trademark. So trademarks have a central register. In the US, it's the Federal Trademark Registry. Other countries have their own unique registers. And the point of the trademark register is to ensure that no confusing names are being used. So when you file a trademark, an examiner looks at your trademark versus the other trademarks in the register and ensures that they're sufficiently separated so that consumers won't be confused. You want to make sure that your brand name is yours. There's a couple of reasons for this. One is that you can prevent others from using your brand name, but the other is to ensure that you're not using a brand name that's already somebody else's and you'll be forced at a later date to change your name. That can be very confusing for your customers. You may end up losing some of your clientele. The limitations of a trademark registration are that they're in one country only. So if you have a US trademark registration, then it doesn't cover you in Europe. If you have a European registration, it won't cover you in China and so on. And you have to self-enforce your trademarks. So you have to identify people who are using confusingly similar trademarks and stop them from using those marks. Now, once you have a trademark registration, you have to renew it every 5 years, and it only protects the name that it's registered for or names that are very close. So if you've changed the name or you have a sub-brand, you'd need to file a separate trademark. If you have a logo, you also need to file a separate trademark to distinguish from the word mark. So how do you get a trademark? Well, you make an application to the USPTO in the US, and you go through the process of filing the application, having the application examined by a trademark examiner, and ultimately the trademark getting registered in the USPTO registry. And this is similar in other countries, Canada and Europe and so on. So yeah, the entire process is about 6 to 9 months, and then the trademark is registered and you can stop others from using the trademark. So trademark filing is not straightforward. It helps to have professional help. There are a number of hurdles along the way. There are some trademarks that can't be registered. So generic descriptive trademarks, trademarks of surnames until they get some unique recognition, and confusingly similar marks. But there's a lot of gray areas. So a trademark professional would know how to guide the trademark through the face of the objections of the examiner and get it to registration. So there may be some tailoring of the application before it gets through, but you may still be able to get a registration despite some hurdles coming up. So, and it saves you hours of your own time. You're busy, you're selling products, right? So now we're talking about the Amazon Brand Registry. So the Amazon Brand Registry was set up by Amazon to manage trademark claims. So because Amazon is such a big system, a lot of trademark owners would basically argue about brand conflicts through Amazon rather than through the USPTO system. So Amazon was trying to manage these claims itself. But we're in version 2 now of the Amazon Brand Registry, and it actually has some additional features. So they want you to register your brand there. You need a registered trademark, and once you have a registered trademark in any country, I mean, any of the largely recognized countries in for Amazon, they'll register your mark and they'll police, listings that are similar. They'll prevent others from using your brand. And you have a nice portal to monitor the activity of your brand and make sure that you are the only one using your brand. It's a great system, and it's one of the huge advantages for FBA sellers getting a registered trademark. So the benefits here in a little more detail is the main thing for an FBA seller is that you're getting a lot more control over your product detail pages. Titles, details, video, and images. You can list different products outside of the standardized UPC and EAN codes. You can search for violations. You can search globally, even in markets that you're not currently selling in. You can predict, Amazon gives you predictive protection, so they use their AI to determine, flagged listings, let's say, for your review so that you can make sure no one's trading off your brand. And they help you with the process of removing counterfeits. Now, they're not going to do it for you, but you get a presumption of validity for your trademark, and it gives you a little leg up in trying to remove listings that are infringing. So how do you register on the Amazon brand registry? You need to have a registered trademark. If you don't have a registered trademark and you're using someone else's registered trademark, then you need to have the written permission of the brand owner. And then it's a straightforward administrative procedure. You have an image of the product and packaging, have your website, list of product categories, and list of the countries your products are sold in. And then you can get those regular updates from Amazon. So what do you need to do? You need to add a logo. If you don't already, add a logo, get a trademark for your products and packaging. Don't use the generic manufacturer's trademark. That's theirs. You need to create your own and have their product labeled with that packaging, with that trademark on the packaging. You need to apply for it and register your trademark once you've started using it. You can apply earlier than that as well. It gives you a leg up on protection, but the real protection that you're going to be receiving only starts once the trademark is registered. So you have a website featuring your product. Doesn't need to be complicated, but it's something that Amazon can refer to in looking at your product usage. So let's see, you're registering your brand on the Amazon brand registry, and then you need to monitor as well for copycats and counterfeits. And often your customers will bring these to your attention. They'll let you know that they saw a product that was similar to yours and had a brand slightly different. And is it your product? They'll ask, and then you know that you need to put a stop to those. So that's in a nutshell. That's what you need to do to get on the Amazon brand registry. The trademark application and registration process on its own lets you stop almost any trademark usage in the country you're registered in, so in the US. And we can help you with all that through Trademarkraft. We are attorneys. We can file for the trademark application. We process thousands of them and can respond to examiner objections, get you through the registration, and then send cease and desist letters and so